Good morning, garden friends. On this beautiful fall day, it is like 68 degrees, which is ideal for me to be working in my garden, especially with me doing a lot of fall planting. So today we're going to be working on, let me turn this around. We're going to be working in this garden bed so that I can get my coral reef Japanese maple planted. It's been in the pot probably about a good 6 months. And like I said, this is like the ideal time to start getting those shrubs and perennials in the ground. I also have 2 rose bushes that I'm going to be putting in here. Now, we are going to do the sheet mulching process. So we're going to go ahead and get this whacked down, the grass whacked down, and then I'm going to put the tree and the 2 roses in the ground. Then I'm going to lay over the cardboard so that then I can wet it down. We can put our trim that we're going to put around here on and then start adding the compost. So got my work clothes on. So let's get busy because it's getting ready to be a physical day. But you know what? While I'm talking about work clothes, I just throw on anything, to, especially when I'm going to be doing some physical work. But I've seen some really nice, what do you call those? Bib overalls. So if you guys got some recommendations, because I'm playing in the dirt all the time, to where I could find me something, to be able to wear while I'm out in the garden. So come along with me while we go ahead and get this knocked out. Okay, so Kevin's just taking the lawnmower to it because this grass is like super, super thick, and it was just more efficient to go ahead and cut it on its lowest level. It's already bagged up, and then all we have to do is dump it and start the sheet mulching process. Well, just to get it down, the grass down just a little bit shorter, Kevin's going to go ahead and take the weed whacker, chew it. This Bermuda grass is very hardy and seem to be able to, grow through anything. But we have found that when we cut it down, like to the ground, we don't seem to have grass coming through when we do the sheet mulching. All right, so we went ahead and measured to make sure the tree is going to be center in the bed. And then these are the roses that I got from Proven Winners. And these guys are called At Last Roses. And I've had them for a while, but they are still doing well. But I'll get them clipped and watered while we are digging the hole for the tree and these guys. And then, like I said, we'll end up putting the sheet mulching down. All right, so we got the hole dug at least 2 feet wide. I'm gonna use the auger to help get this hole going. All right, so we got the tree in, and now we're measuring for where we need to plant the rose bush. And I want it on both sides of this. All right, so just getting those guys centered so that we can get them planted. And these are 3-gallon pots. So we'll just end up making the hole big enough so these guys can get in there. Okay, so we got the 2 roses planted. Now we're going to go ahead and get the sheet mulching cardboard down. Then I'll wet it, and then we're going to put the metal edging on, which will help keep grass from growing in there. And then I'll wet the cardboard again, and then we will start dumping the compost and soil mixture on top of here. So we're getting the sheet mulching laid out, the cardboard. I want it like really thick in here because this is where this grass is super thick, and I want to make sure no grass is coming up through this bed, trying to eliminate as much weeding as possible. All right, so we have gotten the cardboard nice and wet, and the goal is when we go to put the metal pieces in, that it meshes down underneath, or with the cardboard underneath the metal, to make sure no grass is growing through. But yeah, we got this on nice and thick. All right, so he's going ahead and getting the metal, at least stationary, in here, and because it has a turn, he's going to have to maneuver it to bend with the bed.
What, are you talking here?
No, I'm talking where your hand is. These are sort of the challenges when you live on a house with a hill. Okay, so we got the trim on. This just looks so nice. And the roses and my coral bark Japanese maple planet. We got some of the reused soil and compost mix that I put in here. I'm going to, and then I wetted it down so to help it settle. And this is the thing, there are so many benefits of reusing your soil, you know, especially with this only being 6 months. Definite benefits in regards to it. I'm going to build this up probably another, 2 inches, because I got probably about 2 inches in there right now, so that that too can settle before I plant some of my pansies and violas that I'm going to do in here. But I'm also going to be transplanting some other plants in here. I'm thinking I might do some of my Helen Von Steen lamb's ear, since they tend to like the sun area, and they do well up here in the front yard. I am going to be planting some bulbs in here. Now, some of you might be thinking, what are the benefits of reusing the soil? So let me share with you some of the reasons why I reuse soil and its business and its advantage. Now, when you reuse the soil and it's less than 6 months old, there are definite benefits to it. And as long as it had healthy plants and the soil did not develop any type of pest or disease, and in the vegetable beds I did not have any issues. But a couple key points that I want to stress in regards to the benefit: it's cost efficient. As we all know, soil can be expensive. So reusing it all allow you to save some money and then buy other plants, to use your money for. It's also eco-friendly. Reusing the soil, it reduces waste, and it also supports sustainable garden practices. Its nutrient content, soil can still have relatively fresh nutrients from fertilizing or organic matter. And that was one of the things that we did incorporate in our vegetable garden bed was organic matter, which the new plants can benefit from. Soil structure, the soil that has been and used often has a good structure with air pockets and moisture retention, making it ideal for plant roots to grow. You have your microbe activity. If the soil was previously used in a healthy environment, it might still contain some of those beneficial microbes that can improve your plant roots growing and its health. And, like I said, being able to repurpose, the soil definitely has its benefits. All right, guys, we're going to go in the back where the vegetable garden beds are so I can show you how we are reusing, the soil. And like I said, we did the layering of leaves and branches that literally broke down and made some amazing compost. So let's head back to the back garden and I can show you. All right, so as you can see, we got like tons of worms in here, to be able to reuse this soil. Definitely not waste the value of repurposing, the soil. Now, some of those little roots that are in there, I pull them out beforehand and I'm not too worried about the leaves. I'll get majority of those off of there, or I use this soil, but I'm still going to be mixing in some compost and manure in here just to make sure that we have a really good, healthy bed up in the front yard. All right, so Kevin's getting the loads put up. I'm gonna go ahead and get it spread out. This is like our second batch of the soil compost mix that was in the vegetable garden. Like I said, the soil is so rich. Okay, that sounds weird. It smells so good. We're gonna go ahead and finish getting the rest of the dirt on the bed. I'm gonna water it down again before I top it off with compost and manure mix. And then I'm gonna start planting and then get it mulched. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting the compost on this bed. Like I said, I'm working a little bit slower because of this pinched nerve. I don't know what it is. This is how I have it laid out. Got my pansies, got my sage. I dug up some of my daylilies. I had 2 of my penstemons that I added in here, and I think, and then I did plant one of the Joe Pye weeds in here to tie in with the rest of the garden. So we're gonna go ahead and get this planted. Once I get these guys planted, then I'll do the bulbs and then the mulch, and then this bed will be done. Okay, so we got all the plants in. Oh, those colors of the yellow, the salmon of my rose up But yes, with the purples, that is just going to look gorgeous. So my next thing I have to do is get my bulbs worked in between the flowers and mulch, and then this bed will be done. This has turned out so nicely. Good morning, garden friends. Today's a new day. As I stated, I have been struggling with a pinched nerve, but I have so much to do. I'm going to be actually working on this garden bed. Let me move this over so you can see it better. The new garden bed. I'm gonna get my bulbs planted and this mulched. And this area will be done, and then I can move on to my next project. So let me go ahead and get my auger, my bulb tone, and my bulbs. Now the bulbs that I'm going to be planting in here are from Color Blend, and these are the casadas. They're white with yellow turning white. They bloom in early spring, and then they get 13 to 15 inches tall. And I think that'll look so nice in this garden bed. Once I have a lot of yellows and purples and salmon, and then the coral bark Japanese maple, I think that'll end up looking so beautiful this spring. So let me go ahead and get these guys planted. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the bulbs put down in here, and then use my biotone, get the bed mulched, and then like I said, I will be done with this project finally. Now, one of the things that I'm doing is putting them in clusters of 3 because I want that naturalizing look in the bed. Because I know a lot of times people will do the whole, what do they call, the swoop with them. But I just like having the pop of the daffodils in the garden. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the biotone in each of the holes. I was actually supposed to use bulb tone, but the biotone will be fine. One thing that I so love about Color Blend, their bulbs are nice and big and healthy. So I got the bulbs planted. I'm gonna give them a good watering and then go ahead and mulch. All right, so I got the bed all mulched. Probably got a good 2 inches on this bed. I'm gonna allow it to settle and then probably put another inch on the bed. Boy, this is going to look so pretty this spring and even the remaining of the fall. So this bed is all done finally. All right, garden friends, I am all done. I think it's going to absolutely look gorgeous the remaining of the fall and then just blossom with color in the spring with my daffodils in here. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I look forward to you checking out my next video.